Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment NFL Week 9 picks and predictions. Last week, I went 9-5 straight up, and I went 3-2 for my guarantees of the week, my betting picks of the week, and I was actually really happy with that 9-5. Should have been better if those Chicago Bears would have just pulled through for me, but I got a lot of upsets that a lot of people didn't expect last week. Not too many upsets to me this upcoming week, but you know me, I always have some stuff under my sleeve. So let's go ahead and get started with NFL Week 9. Let's go ahead and begin with the game that's actually just started right now. The Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo is injured once again, this time for at least 6 weeks. We're going to have Nick Mullins. Is CJ Beathard, is he healthy? Can he play? But we're going to have Nick Mullins for now. This does not bode well for the 49ers, a football team that has been enduring a lot of injuries this season. We can go ahead and chalk up this season to me in terms of the 49ers making the playoffs. I think the division is way too competitive. Now, whether or not it was due to injuries or they just weren't going to make it anyway, I'll leave that up to you to determine. But I determine that the Green Bay Packers will be victorious in this one. Just too much for the 49ers to overcome right now. Look at the next game. We have the New York Giants at the Washington football team. NFC East action once again. Aren't you just so excited for it? No. But, hey, the Giants actually looked decent Monday night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and almost tied the game and, forced it to overtime to potentially win the game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they were up for actually a decent amount of the game. So, are they showing signs of life? Can we buy into this? No. Give me the Washington football team to win this game just because they've been able to win some games at home. Maybe only one, but maybe two. I want to say 2 games at home that they won. They beat the Eagles and they beat I want to say Dallas Cowboys at home. So I feel comfortable with them winning, these horrible games against these NFC East teams at home. They've been doing it. This is the last one they need to beat at home. So I have them doing it here, and then they'll start losing on the road, and then, we'll have our 6th win, the division winner, and then that'll be the end of the NFC East. Okay, and what a horrible end it will be. All right, move on to the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars, where the Jaguars continue to struggle. They haven't won a game since week 1. The Texans have now started struggling again. After firing Bill O'Brien and winning a game, they've lost 2 in a row. Which 2 will break, or which of those 2 will break now in this one? Give me the Houston Texans to win this game on the road in Jacksonville. The Jaguars, as I love to say, stink. And picking them to win anything is something that I'm not sure I'm going to do for the rest of the season. So go ahead and give me the Texans to win this game here. Deshaun Watson should be enough. We move on to the next game. We have the Chicago Bears at the Tennessee Titans. Now, this is a very interesting game where the Bears and the Titans, after having such strong starts to the season, starting to fade a little bit. Bears and Titans, both losers of 2 straight games. Which one of these teams is going to be fraudulent? Because they can't afford either one of these teams to make. They can't afford it. But how discouraging to drop to 5-3. I think both of these teams will be 5-3 if they lose this game. 2-2 discouraging there after having the 5-1 starts that they did have to start the season. Titans were 5-0. So definitely cannot afford to lose this game if you're either team here. The Bears will actually have a semblance of an offense because the Titans allow every team in this league to have a great offense against them, except for the Buffalo Bills for reasons unbeknownst to me, and I guess the Denver Broncos. Give me the Tennessee Titans to win here. Again, the Bears will put up points on the Titans, but the Titans, man, they have to have a fire lit under them. John Robertson, getting rid of a bunch of players and bringing in Desmond King should light a fire under the defense to show up in this one a little bit more than they have been. And the offense being as consistent as it's been, and they still having turnovers that the Titans defense will take advantage of, and the Titans offense will also take advantage of for the Titans to win this game at home. Moving on to the next one, we have the Carolina Panthers at the Kansas City Chiefs, where I think we have a little bit of an upset alert here. Now, I'm not going to, go out on a limb, but I think it's going to be a competitive matchup that people are sleeping on. We saw Yes, an interdivisional opponent, but we saw the Las Vegas Raiders go to Kansas City and give them a hell of a game. Denver Broncos, not as much, but the Panthers are a team that is starting to feel a little bit, getting desperate, now going to Kansas City, knowing that they need to come up with a strong performance here. Their season is starting to be on the line in terms of their playoff aspirations. So I have them competing in this game, but I have to have them losing this game ultimately to the Kansas City Chiefs. Too much weaponry offensively. Offense still rolling. Got to go with the Chiefs in this one. Next game, we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Buffalo Bills. The Seahawks bounced back last week strongly in a win against the San Francisco 49ers. Bills, Josh Allen, man, I don't know. Whatever happened to his such a strong start to the season, he's faded late. I'm getting frustrated because I have him in a money league and he was doing so well for me. And now I'm like, oh God, am I going to start Matt Ryan? I don't know what to do. But that's where I'm headed very, very shortly. For right now, give me the Seahawks to win this game in Buffalo because, again, if Josh Allen was playing the way he was playing the first 4 weeks, fine. But Russ Wilson, the level of mastery that he's at right now, yes, he had the bad game, or maybe not even a bad game, but, you know, for his standards, a bad game against the Arizona Cardinals a couple weeks ago. He was right back to dominance last week. I expect that to continue against his Bills defense that has been having some holes this season. Give me the Seahawks to win this game in Buffalo. Next game, the Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions are looking to possibly be missing Kenny Golladay in this game, whereas the Vikings, coming off of a very impressive win last week against the Green Bay Packers, I thought the Packers were going to beat them and cover the spread. Vikings came out very motivated under Mike Zimmer, won the game, showing signs of life. Dalvin Cook breathing life into this football team, breathing life into this offense. And I think he continues in this one as they defeat the Detroit Lions in Minnesota. Look at the next game. We have the Denver Broncos at the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons had an impressive victory last week. Todd Gurley's looking better. He's getting touchdowns every week. I'll at least say that. The Broncos, Drew Lock was slinging that rock, and he ultimately was able to beat the LA Chargers last week. Very begrudgingly for me, by the way, because I had the Chargers winning that game, and they still, to me, I can't believe they lost that game, but that's what Anthony Lynn does. That's his move. Anthony Lynn's move is, hey, how can I come up with a new way to lose the game? Okay, that he and the Atlanta Falcons, they converse every week. They have a Zoom call in the pandemic, and they say, how can we come up with a new way to blow a football game? Let's get creative. That is what happens with Anthony Lynn and the Atlanta Falcons. I don't get it. So, give me the Falcons here, even though I just went on a whole rant about how they choke games. They very well might choke this one. But I like some of the momentum that they're building now. I like how they're playing under Raheem Morris. The defense is playing better. Yes, they allowed Matthew Stafford to go down the field in a minute and beat them 2 weeks ago, but the defense is playing better. So give me the Falcons to win this game. Next one, we have the Baltimore Ravens at the Indianapolis Colts. 2-5-2 AFC teams. What are these teams? We'll drop to 5-3. Very interesting. Will it be the Baltimore Ravens? Will they be 5-3? And with the Steelers having an easy matchup this week, 3 games behind with the loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers? In the AFC North, that would be very interesting. And I think they know they can't afford that. So I have the Ravens going to the Indianapolis Colts and beating them here, not because I think they're a better team. I think that they're desperate. They know they can't fall three games back to the Pittsburgh Steelers, having already lost to them. It's time to show up. It's time to play. It's time to win this game. And I think they do so here. But if Lamar Jackson struggles in this game, again, another big AFC game, you got to have concerns about this guy showing up against AFC teams. Not saying, and very strong AFC teams, not saying you have to get rid of him or anything like that, but you have to have your concerns. Next one, with the Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers. And again, I mean, I don't get this Anthony Lynn. I don't get this Chargers defense. I don't get it. But one of the takes that I had last week, I told you all that the Raiders are going to go to Cleveland and beat the Cleveland Browns. This is something I had. Okay, I had this. But can they now go to Los Angeles and beat the LA Chargers, where Justin Herbert looks like one of the best rookie quarterbacks ever? I don't know, but I'm going with it. Give me the Raiders to get it done, just because I can't trust the Chargers and Anthony Lynn anymore. They're a bunch of losers out there. It's outside of everyone except for Justin Herbert and Joey Bosa. They're just a bunch of losers. They just lose football games. They're still learning how to win football games. And the Raiders are, they're winning some games this season. So, yes, it's 2 straight road wins, but that's what I have right now for the Las Vegas Raiders. Next game, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Dallas Cowboys, and the Cowboys. Oh my goodness, does this team stink. This Ben DiNucci, oh my God. Okay, look, I know he's a rookie. I know he's at a James Madison University. The guy is awful. I mean, that was one of the worst quarterback performances I've ever seen in the NFL ever. It's bad, and they're still going to roll with him. They have no choice, but here come the Steelers, undefeated. They might sleep on the Cowboys a little bit, but even if sleeping on the Cowboys, you're going to put up 35 on them. Even sleeping on the Cowboys, that's what you're going to do with all the talent the Steelers have offensively. Give me the Steelers to win this game. Can't believe how awful the Cowboys are. How they got the 2 wins, I don't even know. Oh, Dak Prescott led them to the 2 wins, and then that was it. Are they going to win another game this season? We're unsure right now. Moving on to the next one. The Miami Dolphins at the Arizona Cardinals, where the Dolphins, as I predicted, got their first win under Tua Tagovailoa last week, despite Tua not really doing much, throwing for less than 100 yards. But the defense stepped up, did what it had to do. The special teams absolutely also stepped up, and that's all they needed. Not going to be enough when you travel to Arizona and face the very hot Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray coming off of a bye week. Yes or yes? Maybe not, but I'm pretty sure it was a bye week last week. It's not going to be enough to beat them this week. Give me the Cardinals to win this matchup here. Next game, we have the New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Week 1 matchup. We saw the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fall to the Saints, and everyone say, oh, you see, Brady's done. Brady's washed. What are you people talking about? Now, they didn't look great against the Monday night against the Giants. They were sleeping a little bit. Oh, excuse me. But in this matchup, they're going to be prepared. They're going to be ready, and they're going to step up and get revenge on the Saints. They know, oh, now these teams are once again very close to the NFC South. On top of the NFC South, they cannot afford to get swept by the Saints this season. So give me the Bucs to win this game on Sunday Night Football. And we end on the Monday Night Football game, the New England Patriots at the New York Jets, where the Patriots and Cam Newton, oh my goodness, man, they're struggling. They had a good chance to beat the Bills last week, something I didn't even anticipate. But Cam Newton fumbled the game away. He is playing awful. I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdowns, 7 interceptions on the season, a number of fumbles to go along with that. He's playing for his job, and deservedly so. It's been that bad. The Jets, though, are worse. The Jets are worse than everyone. They're worse than everyone, anything, everything in the world that you could ever imagine ever. I mean, that's how bad the Jets are. So you can't pick the Jets to do anything. Are you crazy? You're picking the Jets to do something. You can't do that. So give me the New England Patriots to win this game. With that said, we move on to my guarantees of the week. These are my betting picks of the week, and we begin with the Green Bay Packers -6. I saw on the ticker, for some reason I had Packers 27 to 49ers 23. That was supposed to say 49ers like 17. I don't know why I accidentally rolled 23. I think the Packers are going to cover the -6 spread. 49ers, again, too many injuries. You know, they can try to scheme up whatever they want. It's not going to be enough, and the Packers are going to be very motivated after their loss to the Vikings last week. Panthers +10.5. Again, I think they're going to compete against the Kansas City Chiefs, just as the Raiders did. Raiders were able to beat the Chiefs in Kansas City, but just as that team did, I know the Chiefs have been dominant outside of that one matchup, but I think they're due for another, wake-up call this week, just to make sure that they're still awake and alive this season, actually competing this season in, competitive football games. So give me the Panthers +10.5. Give me the Baltimore Ravens -1.5. I feel confident. I feel comfortable that they're going to go to Indianapolis and get it done. So I like the 1.5 points there. Steelers -14. Cowboys are awful. There's a chance the Steelers really fall asleep and don't cover here. But I mean, the Cowboys are so bad. You got to take these lines right now, the Dallas Cowboys. They're just incredibly awful. And then Houston at Jacksonville. Give me the over 50.5. I can't even believe it's this low. The Texans defense stinks. The Jaguars defense, I believe, is the worst in the league. What more could you want from this matchup? Give me the over 50.5 there. So there you go. Those are my NFL Week 9 picks and predictions. What are your picks and predictions? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment. I'm out. See you all later.